a bottle, let your body waddle. Crack a bottle. Body waddle.
What is going on, guys? My name is Crimson CBAD, and today we are going up against Mulvone and the Cincinnati Loudreds. So if you're excited, smash that like button and let's hop right on into this. Make sure I'm bringing the right team here. Now, Mulvone is actually 2-0 in the series, and we are hoping to stop him right here, right now. So looking at his team, he is bringing the Keldeo. He is bringing the Talonflame. He is bringing Gliscor. He is bringing Dragalge. Fortress. And he is bringing the Weavile. So, actually surprised not to see Mega Manectric, to be honest, but that just means that our little Synchronoise plan that we want to bring to life is not going to happen. Looking at his team, he might anticipate me to lead with something that's going to set up Rocks, because he does have Talonflame, and Rocks are going to put in a lot of work on Talonflame. To be honest, I'm going to lead off with Sableye. I'm going to lead off with Sableye, kind of get a little advantage on him, hopefully, early game. If he leads off with something that's offensive, I can Will-O-Wisp it. If he decides to switch into something, I can take it on, I can knock it off, because looking at his team, he doesn't have much fairy typing. I don't think Keldeo gets anything, but Fairy's the only thing that it's super effective against Sableye. So, he definitely did not bring the Mega Manectric, and he did not bring my Skirmish a lot against Vivillon, so two big things that I am glad are not coming to play. As you saw in the team builder, we are bringing Sableye, Jolteon, Rhyperior, Gothitelle, Clefable, and Chandelure. So we're going to lead off with Harry Osborn, and he actually leads off with the Fortress like I thought. He's going to want to get some sort of hazards up. I do want to knock off... What do I want to do? I'm going to Willow the Fortress. He actually is going to withdraw the Fortress, so going for a knockoff wouldn't have been the bad play there. And he goes out into something Japanese, which is going to be the Keldeo. We are going to be able to burn the Keldeo, so we can get some residual damage off on that thing. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to hide behind a Substitute, because this thing's more than likely going to want to set up Calm Minds. So we can get behind a sub and see what he wants to do. He's going to go straight up for a Hydro Pump. That's probably going to break our sub. There it is. So he goes straight up for the Hydro Pump. Not a bad play, in my opinion. Going for as much damage as possible. So let's see. Keldeo does have the Hydro Pump. I don't believe we can live that. I don't believe at a normal range we can live that. Let me double check. Hydro Pump does have a chance to kill. Let's go for a knockoff here. Get whatever he's holding off. He is going to withdraw, actually, so whatever's coming in is not going to want to take a knockoff. And he goes out into the Gliscor, and do we knock off the Toxic Orb? Yes! Yes, we knock off the Toxic Orb off of the Gliscor, so there is no Poison Heal for you, sir. And now we can safely Will-O-Wisp this thing, just to nerf whatever Earthquake it wants to give our way. Send our way. It is, I believe, going to be week 3 that he has not been able to get a Toxic Heal Gliscor off, which is good. Because those things will just sit in front. They will just sit in front of you. They will not do anything. So he's going to withdraw the Gliscor. What is he going to go into? He's going to go out of the Talonflame, actually, which isn't a bad play, predicting the Willow. so now, Life Score has no item. We didn't knock up the Keldeo, so we couldn't see what it had. I want to take a turn. What do I want to do here? I want to say... let's check here really quick. So pretty much both a Brave Bird and a Flare Blitz, if it's super bulky, has almost a good chance to OHKO. I'm gonna go for a knockoff here, just to knock off whatever he's going. He's just gonna U-turn out. Definitely at a high roll, that's gonna do 42%. Not bad. We do see that did about 42%, which makes me think he's adamant and banded. So I'm gonna guess the ban for right now. I'm gonna guess the ban, and he's gonna go out into the Keldeo. We're gonna be able to knock off whatever he had. Obviously resisted, but he is going to lose. Oh, the Justified boost. There it is. There's the Justified boost. But we knocked off Choice Specs, which is definitely good for us. No, the Keldeo has nothing, but it does have Justified, which we need to keep in mind. Just in case. Looking at my team right now, I don't see much that wants to take this thing on. I'm gonna send in Rorschach the Gothitelle. Super bulky. It's gonna trap him in so we can whittle this thing down, because this thing, in looking at his team, aside from the Weavile, it's the only thing that wants to do anything against, aside from Weavile, that's the only thing on his team that wants to do anything to Rhyperior. I mean, Dragalge probably carries the Scald, but we can definitely, I'm just gonna go straight up for a Psychic here. We're not superly, the second Hydro miss. That's crucial. That is crucial. The Psychic is going to take him out. So down goes Keldeo. So now he may bring in the Weavile. Seeing as how he's going to be trapped in. There's the Weavile. Looking at his team, we may need to sack off the Gothitelle to this thing. Looking at his team, I don't really need to trap anything else in. It would have been good to have against the Dragalge. We do have other ways around that, though. I want to make note, Talonflame does have U-turn. I'm going to go straight up for an HP here. I've got Hidden Power Rock. We're not going to live a knockoff in this thing at all. Let's see, do we see Life Orb damage? We do see Life Orb on the Weavile, and it is carrying the knockoff. So now my question is, do we want to go into our Rhyperior to try and get a Hammer Arm off? Or how do we want to go about this? So assuming this thing is Jolly, well, let's give it an Adamant Nature. Let's toss on Icicle Crash. Nothing he has on this Weavile wants to OHKO me. I mean, we can even go with a Stone Edge and take this thing out. Do we want to go for the Hammer Arm? Has a higher percentage to hit. Stone Edge is going to hurt anything that wants to come in. Let's just go for the Hammer Arm here. He's going to withdraw the Weavile. I'm predicting either the Gliscor or the Fortress to come in. There's the Fortress. It does about... Okay. Now we can stay in with this thing. I just feel like lighting off Earthquakes. He is going to set up the rocks. Not the worst thing in the world for us. Not the worst thing in the world. We can just go for an EQ here. Does about 30%. Not bad. We can kind of just sit in front of this thing and go for EQs at this point. Take it out. I don't see him want to do anything. He can't Volt Switch out, obviously. So he's just going to withdraw. Probably go out into the Talonflame, predicting the EQ. Goes on to the Gliscor, actually. I do want to safe switch into Jolteon in this thing because he could just go for an EQ. He's going to go for a Taunt, predicting the Stealth Rocks. We are going to take this turn and go for a Stone Edge. We can hope for a crit. That does... wow, that does a lot. That does a lot. So he's just going to go straight up for an EQ. This might be a very offensive Gliscor, looking at his team. That does about 25%. Do we connect second Stone Edge? We do connect the second Stone Edge, taking out the Gliscor. So now looking at his, I would think the Dragalge would come in if he's rocking Scald on the Dragalge. We're not super specially defensive invested, so we won't live a Scald even with Solid Rock. Goes out of the Dragalge like I suspected. I am just going to go for an EQ here. If he goes for the Scald, that is going to kill us. Any move from this thing, really, aside from a Poison type move, is going to want to kill me. Goes for the Draco Meteor. That's definitely going to kill me. He's going to be at -2, so he's not going to want to stay in. And Stallone goes down. There's the -2 Dragalge. So now looking at his team, he's got the Talonflame, the Dragalge, Fortress, and Weavile. Nothing really wants to take. You know what we can do? Let's go into Clefable. Let's go into Clefable. He's at -2, so we're going to be able to take whatever he wants to give us. So we can just T-Wave this thing. We can T-Wave this thing, slow it down, cripple it. He's going to withdraw, so whatever he's going into, Gliscor is down, so anything that's coming in is not going to want to take a T-Wave, which is going to be the Talonflame. I'm going to straight up go for a Moonblast here, predicting either a Hard Switch or a U-Turn. He may just go for a Flare Blitz for damage. But I think he's going to want to get out of here into something that can do it. So he's just going to Brave Bird me straight up. We should be able to live, maybe? We do live on 38, so let's see how much this Moonblast wants to do. I know it's resisted, but we're super specially offensive. That is going to bring him down to about 25%. Do I want to sack off the Talonflame, assuming the Paralyze hacks, or do I want to heal up and go, no, he did too much. I want to go for a Moonblast if he does get fully parried. He is just going to go for the Brave Bird again. That is going to take out Pinkerson. That does leave him with very little health, so if he would have gotten Rocks up, this would be a dead, this would be a dead bird. I wonder. Let's go for you. Because I wonder if I can just go into Sableye and kind of stall him out a little bit. Let's see, my EV investment. 80. Careful nature. So if we go into Sableye and recover, there's a very, very solid chance that he will, there's a less chance that he will Oko. If he does get high rolled, that's going to be super unfortunate. What we can actually do is just set up a sub in front of this thing, so that way when he does go for the Brave Bird, the recoil from the substitute will actually knock this thing off, so he does get fully parried, which is good for us. We can now actually recover a little bit of our health. So he's just going to go for the Brave Bird. I believe that recoil damage is going to sack off the Talonflame. Not enough to sack off the Talonflame, unfortunately. However, we can hide behind a sub again to have the Brave Bird recoil kill him. We can have his own, there we go. His own recoil is going to kill him. So the Talonflame is no longer a thing. So left we have Dragalge, Fortress, and Weavile. If the Weavile comes in, we need to get a Will-O-Wisp buff on this thing and just nerf it completely. Goes down to the Dragalge, actually. So we can get a little recurring damage off on this thing. I'm just going to go straight up for a Willow here. We do miss the Willow, super unfortunate. He goes straight up for a Surf, not bad. We are a careful nature, so we should be able to take that. I'm going to take his turn and go for a Recover. We can take a Surf unless he gets a critical hit. He could go for a Draco here unless he is choice in some fashion. Or he could be bluffing the choice. Let's see. Goes for a Draco, so if he's not choiced, might have Black Sludge. So Harry Osborn is going to go down to the Dragalge. Super, super unfortunate because I believe all we're left with is both Jolteon and the Chandelure. Jolteon does have a higher special attack, so I can go for a Discharge and hope for the Para. He's going to hard switch out probably into the Fortress, if I had to guess. Goes out into the Fortress. That is going to knock out the Fortress. So left we have Dragalge and Weavile. I believe, don't quote me on it, oh, the Dragalge actually comes back out. So let's go for a Discharge here. Let's hope for the Paralyze Hex. Do we get him? We do get the Paralysis off on the Dragalge, and let's see what he wants to do. Goes for a Sludge Wave straight up. That's an Adaptability Sludge Wave. Let's see how well we take that, which we're probably not. We do live on 12. I think our best bet right now is to... How do I want to handle this? No, because if we switch back out into Roman, we are going to lose the, we're going to lose to Stealth Rock, so I'm just going to keep going for Discharges here. It's kind of dirty to play for Paralyzes, but that is what we're going to do. He just goes for Surf. Not a bad play on my opponent's part by any means. I am going to go into Spooky here. Spooky the Chandelure. I believe a Hex will knock this thing out from this range. I'm going to go for a Hex here. That was a critical hit Hex, so I don't think the crit mattered. It could have. We are gonna take their Dragalge down. We're a Choice Scarf Chandelure, but I don't believe that a Hex can kill a Weavile. I don't. I don't need to run a calc to understand that. So I believe this is game. Goes for the knockoff. Let's see it. There it is, down to 0. That is going to be game to Mulvone and the Cincinnati Loudreds. So, credible match. Definitely. I was hoping to take him down and end his winning streak. However, I am very comfortable losing to a 1-0 to Mulvone. So, Mulvone, my hats are off to you and the Cincinnati Loudreds. I wish you the best of luck in the rest of the series, and we are coming up against A-Drive in the St. Louis Rampardos next week in Week 4. So if you have enjoyed, please make sure you hit that like button, and as always, check out the GBA and the rest of the coaches down in the description below. My name's CBAD, and I will talk to you all soon. Later, guys.